That ought to do it. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Mother? I've changed the audio settings. Still no audio. Can you hear me now? There was me thinking I had everything. Can you hear me now? Yes, jolly good. Hello, Maya. I'll start all over again. Welcome to Simon NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. Hello, Maya. Nice to see you. You're probably echoing loudly in your own sort of new apartment. Good morning to Pablo. Pablo, Maya, Maya, Pablo. Pablo is in Arizona and Maya is in Tokyo. Maya has been on the show before and hopefully in the future may join again. She was on originally with Anna and Maya from the Anna and Maya channel. But now they're sort of Anna has become a mother and Maya has become busy. What's happening? That's the question. Well, I didn't have a guest for this week, so I thought what I'd do, I'd go out and have a picnic. And I investigated lots of lovely places to go and have picnics, and then COVID-19 went bananas in Belgium. It's possibly the worst in Europe at the moment, according to the news this morning. And so lots of restrictions were thrown up, and unnecessary travel beyond certain kilometers beyond your own door are advised against. So that put the kibosh on going to some nice woods. But anyway, it didn't really matter because looking out the window at the moment, it's grey, it's cold and windy, and would not have been particularly nice for me, sat at a picnic table in the wind, trying to get this food consumed for your benefit. So I decided to have a nice picnic indoors. My cutting board, yes, I have two of these, sort of, I think, when I was married, they were a wedding present, I think. Rather nice. But what are we going to do? We're going to have a picnic. So if you've got anything in the fridge near to hand, please do join me. My oven is peeping. I'll just turn up the jazz. Where is it? All right. Well, I'll just leave it here, closer to the microphone. You can listen to some nice, relaxing jazz while I go into the kitchen and get my French bread. Here we go. French bread. Ooh. Butter, knife. French bread. This is it's hot. That's why I'm holding it with an oven glove. Straight out of the oven. It goes on there. Oh. Right. All right, I'll just move the jazz over there. Excuse me, there's a car transporter train going past. Exciting. Okay, right. I shall leave that to cool a little bit. Otherwise, you'll hear me screaming as I try and cut through it with my bare hands. At a fancy restaurant, it's NoChaNoMa. What shall I do? I've got pomegranate juice here. I mean, just your everyday pomegranate juice that you get or I've got wine. I'm not quite sure. I shall go with the pomegranate juice because you all know that I drink wine, and you all know what that's like. It's very tasty. But pomegranate juice, if you ever had pomegranates, you know there's like full of bits, seeds. I thought, great, it's the juice. I don't have to bother. But look at that. Look at it. I thought it would be clear. It looks like dirty river water. I have tried it, and it tastes. And the initial right, here we go. That initial sort of tarty, fruity, sweet element of pomegranate juice hits you as you eat it. Not much pomegranate juice here. Yes, probably because when you smell it and the aftertaste, it tastes like soil. Not that I would know what soil. I mean, it tastes very earthy and like vegetably and unfruit-like. It's probably very healthy for that reason, but I should not be getting it again. So if you ever want pomegranate juice, but what I did get, I shall explain what I have got. Well, these are sort of like mini, sort of overly tomato things. They're very technical and quite tasty. ASMR, Simon NoChaNoMa. And that is my entire vegetable selection. I was looking for, well, not very hard, for green vegetables to go with my picnic. But on a picnic, you generally don't really, the salad is there for decoration and to make you feel less guilty, isn't it, really? What I do have is some rather nice Serrano ham. Hang on, I'll point this at the camera. Serrano ham. Focus, focus, focus. Oh, I fixed the focus, so you can't. It's fixed on me. Yeah, it's like a Roman tomato. It's rolled Serrano ham filled with cheese and with rosemary herbs in the cheese, and it's rather good. So, what are you all having, or have you had it? Because it's late there in. Have you had your dinner, Maya? It's like gone dinner time in Japan. Ooh, that is good. I'll just have to have some more earth water to rinse that down. And then continental sausage, sort of a dried sausage, like, yeah, kind of chopped up pig in a skin. I'm not sure whether you're supposed to eat the skin. 4:38 in the morning. It's rather early for a picnic. I never know. Could have pulled an all-nighter and have an early morning picnic. Ooh. Yes, he's in Arizona, Maya. I still keep forgetting where that is. Whether it looks to be sort of westish, PST time. Sound of a knife on a cutting board and going through crusty bread. It really is ASMR, isn't it? You're working. You're doing sort of internet surveillance. Excuse the butter. I used to eat margarine, and then I discovered what was in margarine and how they made it. I decided it was nice to come out of a cow and eat that, even if they said, oh, you don't eat too much, you'll get heart disease or whatever. Definitely ASMR. It's this microphone. I can go closer and talk very intimately with you. Something like that, and that's your job. Oh dear. I better be on my best behavior. No 3 old dudes stuff here then. There, just natural salted butter on French bread. Oh no. Now the cheese. The cheese. Where's it? Did it not bring that little knife? Oh, bugger. Oh, I used the big knife. This. Spotty cheese. Cheese with bits in it. It's goat's cheese, actually. Hard goat's cheese. Because goat's cheese is usually soft. And it smells delicious. Usually goat's cheese smells like goats. If you ever smelt goats and then eaten goat's cheese, you wonder where it's come from and should you be eating it. And it's usually soft. But this is hard, doesn't smell like goats, and it's got coriander in it, which I can assure you, if you ever found this in your konbini in Japan or your supermarket, you'd be bloody lucky, for one thing. But if you do, it is rather delicious. And now that should not be spoilt with earth juice. But we'll go on to Merlot. I like Cabernet Sauvignon, but I also like a bit of Merlot. Okay, here we go. More ASMR. Ooh. ASMR breaking glass. And there we are. Now, I sent a link out to lots of people, and people did say they would come and watch. But you're missing me. And by the time that they get here, I'll be either wasted or full or both. Oh, yes. So, Maya, I mean, I just started watching our video and then left a comment for you to come here. But I didn't really watch it fully. So could you give a summary? Was it just your apartment with nothing in it at the moment? Have you fully moved in? Fun fact, in Arizona they breed camels and llamas. And this fact comes in due to the goat talk. Yes, I wonder whether they can have llama cheese. I have not moved in yet. You're going to hire one of those like specialist Japanese moving firms who pad your house before they move in and sort of put all protective stuff on. Did you see on Instagram that it was, I don't know what Anna's baby is called. I'm terribly sorry, but Anna's baby is already 1 year old. Surely not. Blimey, that went fast. That's very nice. I'll have some more chopped up pig. Too expensive. Half birthday. Oh, that explains it. I just count. That's just an excuse for the parents to go out and have fun. It's your birthday. What's your half birthday? So we're going to celebrate. Yeah. I think I made a very good choice yesterday. No, I don't often have a picnic. I can't even. When I was married, this is the standard phrase. Or my wife and I would sometimes. We had a picnic basket with like 2 sets of plates, 2 sets of cups, 2 sets of knives and forks, and all that business, all tucked in nicely in a sort of tartan interior with a wickerwork thing. And then, so we bought that, and then we were obliged to go out and have picnics. So we did, kind of conscientiously for for a few times, and then it just sort of gathered dust. Yeah, in Belgium, they if it's a child's birthday, it's a huge affair. Yeah. Which is nice. It's enjoyable for the children. All their friends come round. Jules, hello. If you're a new subscriber, or if you're an old subscriber who's changed their name, please identify yourself. But yes, I'm eten smakelijk. Het is wel lekker. Ik heb geitenkaas druiven. Ik zou die niet eigenlijk niet moeten eten. Stokbrood met boter. Ingrid! Dan moet ik niet Nederlands beginnen praten. Hè? Just confuse my other viewers. Have you eaten, Ingrid? Now that we all have to eat at home. I did manage to get my chocolates and coffee from the closed coffee shop. Well, the coffee shop wasn't closed this morning, but the seating area was closed. But you could go in and I got and take out. So I got a bunch of chocolates and a takeout coffee, and the proprietor was very pleased. I don't know whether you know Maya and Pablo, but we're on sort of like everything's closing down again here. All restaurants, cafes, and bars have to close permanently not permanently, closed for 4 weeks, and you're not allowed to go out past midnight. Hello, Perk. Jules is one of my former guests and a friend, otherwise known as Ingrid. You know Pablo, and Maya Eats Japan is Maya Eats Japan in Japan, and also a former guest and friend. And 2 people have left. Okay, I could be addressing nobody, and the people I've been addressing could have just popped in and popped out. Oh well. Ooh, I don't know. It said seedless grapes on the packet. Or not. Oh dear. Oh, blimey. I sent a link also to my last week's guest, Charlie no Saikatsu, and I said, if you fancy some virtual food, come along to the show. But he was actually out to dinner having real food, so he said he might turn up next week. Well, I'm going to have another. Excuse me, I'm just picking myself here, but it's a picnic. So I'm in an autumn picnic because it's autumn. Tomorrow the clocks change, and I have to remember that because on Monday I have to be at work at 6:45 in the morning, which, when the clocks change, will be actually 5:45 in real time. So if I'm going to have a splurge, I should splurge now and then rest tomorrow so that I'm ready for work on Monday. Because having to go and help the builder again. 3 days helping the builder, shifting tons and tons of sand and cement. Not exciting, very tiring. But I've made some overtime, so that's good. Yes, I'm having a Merlot, Ingrid. Okay, Serrano ham with cheese and rosemary again. I like rosemary. It's the name of my sister, actually, as well. Ooh. So what's it like in Tokyo, Maya, if you're still there? I was chatting with my friend this morning from Nihonbashi, and she's still able to go out and go to places. It seems to be unrestricted there. Bokbirja. Trade descriptions. Seedless black grapes are not seedless. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, that's good. It's just I haven't been seeing any food videos from you lately. So I thought perhaps movie theaters are open. Trains are still packed. Oh, yeah. Who was it? Jenny Silver posted a picture the other day of everybody on the train apart from one guy not wearing a mask. And at the end of this week, we could be up to 20,000 a day or a week sort of infected. So my hopes of visiting Japan next year. I was going to go to Luxembourg actually. So that was my original plan for this show. I thought I'll go to Luxembourg and wander about with my gimbal and show everybody Luxembourg because it's really nice. And then I looked on the map, places in Europe you can go because you're still allowed to go. And it was a red zone. And everywhere around Belgium was a red zone. And Belgium was a red zone. And everywhere outside of Europe was a red. And then basically the entire world, apart from like somewhere like Burkina Faso, was a red zone. Hey, Phil. Phil, that's Jazz Samurai from a couple of weeks ago. Those in the audience. This is Phil, who was on the show. $10,000 in sort of like the average for the week sort of thing. 10,000 people. Luckily, in my line of work, I don't meet people, and then when I'm not at work, I still don't meet people, so I'm all right. So, Phil, I better introduce you. Pablo is a regular from Arizona. Jules 11 is a former guest. Ingrid from Holland, Japan specialist. Maya Eats Japan is in Japan and is a specialist in being Maya. And who else have we got? Perk. Perk is in Spain, if I remember correctly. And yeah, Europe is bad, and Belgium is the worst at the moment in official figures. So going to England for Christmas is probably out of the question. It'll be my first Christmas at home, well, in Belgium for 20 odd years. Be interesting. Oh, my jazz just dropped off my settee. Can't say that very often. Oh, yes. So, Phil, what I'm having is a picnic. And what you have missed is some French bread, which I should be eating again. A sausage, and some Serrano ham filled with cream cheese flavored with rosemary. Some tomatoes to make me feel less guilty and look like I'm eating vegetables as well. And earth juice, otherwise known as pomegranate juice, which tastes earthy. Yes, it's a dried sausage, very European. It's not all that dry. It's kind of like greasy. My phone is covered in greasy fingerprints. Oh, this is good. I should do this every week, just like eat, regardless of guests. Next week, getting ahead of myself, I was thinking, because I mean it's Halloween next Friday, isn't it? So I may be having a Halloween show, and I may ask Shivers, those of you who may know who Shivers is, because I made a video, as I usually do, for her yearly Halloween special. And she gets like other YouTubers to make little Halloween clips and send them in. So I'm going to see if I can get her on the show. Hey, Dibble, Phil, Dibble, Perk, Pablo, Maya. Dibble lives in London. Did you live in London, Phil? Probably did, didn't you? Shivers sounds really good. Her real name is Sophie. And she does on YouTube. She's called Shivers. And usually does a thing called Find a Shrine, where she just wanders around in Tokyo looking for obscure shrines. Damn it. Yes. One viewer may not have lived where Phil has lived. I actually lived down the road from where Phil lived. Well, I'm going to have a dried greasy sausage, a bit more dried greasy sausage. What are you all going to eat? I mean, I did say you should bring some food. A bit of ASMR sawing again. Your father was born in London. That counts. There you are, Dibble. Everybody here is connected in some way, shape, or form. Not at all, Phil. This is the entire point of live stream. You chat with the audience. You chat with me. Actually, I like it when you chat with me. Well, I don't mind chatting with the audience, chatting with itself, except when I go on people like Only in Japan Go, where there's like thousands of people watching at once, and they're all talking to themselves, and you can't get a word in edgeways. But I only hope you cyber track me during my live streams. Otherwise, I'd be worried. All right. You've only been to London once. I've never been to Spain. There you go. My former boss from the National Trust in England, she lives in Spain. She retired to Spain. Keep saying I should go and visit. Go to Spain? Well, no. I mean, all my money is in time and overtime and everything and spare time. That's all being saved up for Japan trip number 5, which is not looking until possibly next year at some distant point. Ah, Maya's been to Spain. Or 2032. This is the man who knows. I have to contact him through his COVID website. So if you want to know about... Yes, Phil could tell me what's the current situation in Tokyo. Maya says it's not too bad. But Phil will know. You've also been to Belgium. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you call me? We could have gone out. I'm going to have to save some of this for tomorrow. 5 years ago. Well, I was active 5 years ago. I've been doing this show for 3 years, and 5 years before that, I was doing another show. But yeah, I had not come across you at that point. Japan's not doing too bad, yeah. I think it's that, I think like you were telling Randre, people sort of comply. Here in Belgium, you know, there's a British saying, or English saying, you know, give them an inch and they'll take a yard. So they gave them sort of a certain bit of freedom, you know, not too strict regulations, and a few of them just ran with it, and the result is now it's the worst place in Europe. That is not a cheese knife. No, a cheese knife. I don't actually possess a proper cheese knife. My parents do, but bloke on his own, anything will do. Time for a grape. You can watch me spit the seeds out again. Yes, they all say, the foreign bloke is still not come out of his house. Looking through the curtains, waiting to see you come out. Yes, Perk, we do three kisses. France, you just do two. And here it's three, which was good. When I went to Japan and met my actress friend and greeted her, and it was like 1, 2, and she stopped then, and I said, no, 3. Guys living alone just need a bowl and a spoon and a hammer. Why do you need a hammer? Yeah, we kind of got a similar thing here. The government paid for everybody's free rail travel for like 2 months, and you it's like a one-off. You have to sort of fill in a little where you're going for one day. It's like one way. So if you want to come back from somewhere, you have to use up another of your free rail things. And if I don't do anything soon, I'll have lost my free trips in October, but I've got the rest of November to get on the train and go somewhere. 4 kisses in Brittany. Oh. I went to Brittany, not Brittany. I went to Brittany in France in 1976. I didn't kiss people 4 times, though. I was only 11. No, I was 10. No, unfortunately, I can't use it for anywhere in Europe. It's just restricted to Belgium. I had thought of maybe going to Holland again, although that's ill-advised. But I would have had to sort of use it up to the border and then pay for my ticket to change trains, and it was just get in the car instead. Go to travel campaign followed by go to hospital. You get a free PCR kit with every urea can. Oh, I'm getting full. It's a great microphone, this. Picks up everything. Luckily for you, I didn't have beans yesterday. Go to eat. Pablo G wonders why he's alone behind the computer. Flipping people off is his way of greeting people. I suppose I better leave some of this for my children when they deign to. Well, I've got to give my son a driving lesson. He's got his driving test on Tuesday, his exam. So hopefully he can drive quite well. It's exponential. That's the thing. Once it starts going, you don't know who's got it. Oh. Go to tested campaign. Yes, a little sticker saying. Right, earth juice. Just for a bit of change. So pomegranate juice. It's that colour. It looks like river water. I was most disappointed. I was expecting a nice, clear, sort of purpley coloured liquid. Yeah, definitely a sort of plant-like taste aftertaste. Ah, yes, that's right. Maya's just said, yes, you get shunned. As I saw that. I saw something on Facebook about people being given the cold shoulder because they're infected or showing signs of being infected. I mean, I can understand. I mean, at my work, when customers come in, even when they're wearing a mask and they go, you kind of go, oh God, stay away, go away from me. Luckily, I'm in the yard on my forklift truck, so I can sort of like stay fork's distance away from them. It is. I should hope so after 3 years. Pablo. Consistency is the key. Even though I've had no guest, I have got former guests in the audience with whom I can relate, and regular viewers with whom I can relate. It's really good. I'll take these back to the shop. There were pips in this. I want my money back. One more piece of cheese with my not quite hammer cheese knife. That's it. You get tested, you're clear, and then you bump into somebody who has it, and you're not real. Another former guest, Sandy in Japan, voice actress, Australian, lives in Tokyo. She posts regularly on Facebook about the sort of the really terrible situation where, and especially in the beginning, where they were trying to hide it because of Tokyo Olympics. People were going to try and get tested, and people had to sort of go into sort of back alley to some obscure testing center. It's taking a serious greasy sausage. Let's talk about silent greasy sausage. You've been watching old episodes of Three Old Dudes, haven't you? Next up, it's the money shot. Where'd the sausage go? Maya. There we are. I lost a viewer. I offended somebody. What happens below the table stays below the table. Question is, does one in Japan? That's right. Maya, you can confirm this. Phil could probably confirm it too. You peel grapes in Japan. Utterly bizarre. I mean, why? This is the question. I'm going to peel it now. I've seen them do this in Japan. It's a complete faff. A naked grape. What earthly advantage does it have? And you get all that lovely purpley stuff. I can't bother. No, it's not working. What are we talking about, Phil? You put them in the mouth and squeeze out the middle. It's got bits in it. All right. Okay, Phil. The only maid cafe I've ever seen was in Ozcanon in Akihabara. No, Akihabara, I just saw them on the street, sort of trying to touting for business. But in Ozcanon in Nagoya, there is a maid cafe. And the nearest I got was just walking past it on the way to somewhere much more respectable. Mark! Blimey. That's a long time ago. Yes. Yes, and 3OD talk would be Urban Dictionary or Google peeling grapes naked. We'd ask the audience to Google that. There you go, audience. Peeling grapes naked. Google that and tell me what you find. Fun thing to do on a Saturday night in Japan. Possibly another glass of wine, I think. The last bit of earth juice to wash it down later on. Mm-hmm. Expert wine fastener. There's no cork in this. I'm not quite sure whether that means a cheap vineyard or an up-to-date one. No way. Ghost pepper. I can't even stand regular pepper. Mine ghost pepper. I've got crumbs on my jeans. I've got not often after a show that you have to vacuum. Fresh bread and butter, and it was baked. It sort of baked in the oven as well, just before the show. I didn't make it myself. It was one of those sort of ready-made, stick it in the oven, make it look like you've done it yourself things. Oh. LSD. I did 5 years of 3 old dudes. Don't need LSD. This is all going to happen there in next month, isn't it, Florida? That's a swing state, I believe. Hang on. No, I poured this, didn't I? Duh. If you're still there, Phil, I started to watch your guitar review. Then I had this to set up and everything. So those who don't know, Phil has a jazz channel called Jazz Samurai. Look it up. And he was reviewing a guitar he bought in 1983. Yeah, swings both ways in Florida. It swings Hispanic and Caucasian. I really am full now. I didn't think I was going to be. I mean, it didn't look like a super big meal. Well, it's quite substantial, really. Cheesy rolls, greasy sausages, squeezing out the pips. And the bread of life. Swingers. That's something. Swingers. That's something that only occurred in the 1970s and featured car keys. It's the bread. It's the bread that fills me up, and the bread and the wine. That negate 3 days of shoveling tons of sand and cement, unloading a ton and a half of tiles. This jazz pianist must be sort of like on speed or something. It's just like constantly going on and on. Well, you're never too old to be a swinger. Are you still there, Maya? Say if you do happen to go, just say goodbye. So I know you've gone. I'm not talking to the screen and nobody there. Yes. Cool. In the 70s, he was only 40. That's true. That's true. My driving license is valid until 2035. And then I'll be, blah, 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 blah. I shall be then. How long will it be? 2035. 70 odd. Yes, COVID is spreading so fast. So they're not wearing masks when they're doing it. Korewa swinger desu. Swinger desu. Protective gimp mask available at reception. Ask Nurse Smith. earth juice when I wanted wine. Well, this has been a rather fun picnic, actually. I may do this again next week on the Simon NoChaNoMa Show. The Picnic, Part 2. Medieval, what do you think? Swing dance is very wholesome. Earth juice and wine. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll pour a little bit of this in here. And if I spit it out all over the screen, it doesn't improve the smell. It still smells like somebody's garden. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, the red wine counteracts the sort of the earthy taste. It's not a bad idea. Oh yeah, a new mixer for you. When you go to the bar, I'd like some wine, please, and pomegranate juice. No, it was actually good. That's who dares wins. You heard it here first on the Simon NoChaNoMa channel. Pomegranate juice, red wine mixer, cocktail. Okay, Perk, thanks for joining. It's working on a Saturday. Feel sorry for Perk. He has to work on a Saturday. Bye, Perk. Straight up brandy. Oh, blimey. I haven't had brandy since I first discovered alcohol in my teens, and I was like trying various things in my parents' drinks cabinet. Well, I'll try some of this. Like, no. Pomegranate is nasty. Pomegranate with bits in it. There's a really nice sort of like sharp, sweet kick to pomegranate, and then there's the horrible aftertaste I've discovered. Yes, I can just imagine now Phil with a brandy in one hand and a cigar in the other. It's not often I have to wash up after a show as well. I've got to vacuum my carpet and wash up. Things I do for entertainment. Crème de menthe. Oh, I drank an entire bottle of sherry once at a teenage party, where I was a teenager. But crème de menthe. Blah. Pastis. I could drink a pastis. I could drink Pernod. I don't know if I could drink a whole bottle of Pernod, but when I was in Paris, me and my sort of art students, obviously Paris trip, and we were going in and un café, s'il vous plaît, and un pastis, s'il vous plaît. And then staggering out into the Paris streets. Fine, freshish breath, yes. Minty fresh. The rest of him just wrecked. Cranberry juice. You have a thing. Cranberry juice is nice. Although no, I don't know about unsweetened cranberry. Unsweetened cranberry juice could be sort of like your face would shrivel up. But I used to drink it like sweetened cranberry juice until I sort of saw that it was too sweet and could lead to sort of damage. I think that's the last of my wine for today. I have to be compos mentis to drive. This music's sending me to sleep almost. I don't know about you. ASMR eating and lounge jazz on the NoChaNoMa channel. Anybody watching after the event, if you fall asleep, I entirely understand. I should watch my own show. That would help me not wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. So, the results of the picnic. Remains of 1 goat's cheese with coriander, half a bunch of grapes, 1 greasy sausage, 2 Serrano ham rolls with cream cheese, and 2 little tomatoes. I shall save those for my sons. Okay, Pablo's got... no, not Pablo. Sorry, Dibble. Comments. Has to go and drill something. Okay. See you, Dibble. Phil is topping up his brandy. What are you up to, Maya, tonight? Like packing, probably. I shall watch the remainder of your video after this. Show is ending soon. Yes. I shall wind down the jazz as Oh, that was rather abrupt. Pressed the wrong button. Anyway, that's the end of that. Sleeping. What time is it? It's 9:30 at night. I suppose, yeah, if you have to get up early and jog or something or whatever. Yeah. But as Phil said, the show is ending soon. I should be consistently in my ending time because it's just me. So there's no guest. It's just the audience. Next week on the show, it could be all spooky and Halloweeny. Halloweener. I shall be trying to get Shivers to join. Failing that, I shall do a solo Halloween special. And hopefully you will join me there for Halloween. COVID makes you lazy. It's a drawback. It's over for now. Yes. I like to dose myself gradually throughout the week. So thank you for joining, and thank you, Maya. It was nice to see you again after such a long time. Thank you, Pablo, for getting up super early and being a regular viewer. Thank you, Phil, for popping in, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Perk's already gone to start work. Dibble's gone to drill a hole. Who have I missed? Mark, if you're there, thank you. That was a long time ago. No see. And who else? I have to scroll back. Who have I missed? Oh, where's it? I can't scroll. Where's my scrolling gone? Have I missed anybody? I think that's everybody. Oh, Ingrid. Ingrid is now in a sofa with a bottle of wine somewhere. But anyway, see you all again, hopefully, or many of you next week. I've got to now go and put all this back in the fridge, tidy up, hoover, wash up, and then go and take my son for a driving lesson. It's typical Saturday. And thank you for joining. See you all again. Bye for now. Bokbiertje. Oh, not a wine. Okay.